I've just started playing World of Warcraft Classic Era again. I'm excited. I made a character that looks like me. Well, kind of. I've decided I'm going to level by cloth farming only to see how much gold I can make. The humanoids in the start zone don't drop any cloth, so I leveled to 5 as fast as possible and headed for Elwyn Forest. Once there, I killed cobalt tunnelers, which have around a 10 to 20% chance of dropping linen cloth. It was a good start, but I want higher drop rates, so I headed to Jasperlode Mine, which have a 20 to 30% chance of dropping linen cloth. It's still too low. I'm stronger now, so I killed the Defier's Brotherhood for a much higher 40 to 50% chance at linen cloth drops. I got a lot more linen cloth from them. It's by far the best linen cloth farm for anyone below level 10, but I wanted to level up a bit faster, so I did the Hogger quest and killed gnolls. They have around the same drop chance for linen cloth, but they are much riskier as they mostly stand in large groups. Once I hit level 10, I can finally farm the best mobs for linen cloth in Westfall that have a 50 to 60% drop chance, the Riverpaw gnolls. These are by far the best mobs for linen cloth for Alliance, especially once you have AoE spells. You can kill the Defier's brothers in Westfall, which are good too, but still have a slightly lower drop chance than the Riverpaw gnolls. I went back and sold everything a few times and managed to make my first 1 gold. It's not great, but it's a start. I used what little gold I made to upgrade my gear. Then I went on a cloth farming rampage. I killed hundreds of gnolls and leveled up a lot. I died a couple of times, but eventually got the hang of it. Some of the higher level gnolls are dropping wool, so it's time to move up. Once I reached level 17, I sold everything and made over 4 gold. To farm wool cloth, I headed to Lakeshire, as they have lower level gnolls that start dropping it, mixed in with linen cloth. It's only a 25 to 30% drop chance. Next is the orcs that have a slightly higher drop chance at 35%, but they are harder to kill in groups because of the higher damage and stuns. I found the location at the bottom right of the map much better because there's large groups that are mostly melee only. This part of the video is me talking dribble to see if you noticed Gooful Nopfunf Pulop. The next gnolls are Shadowhide in the top right of the map, which have an even higher wool cloth drop chance at 40%. These are good, but still fall behind the best in Lakeshire, the champion orcs in the top left of the map. Hard to kill if you are leveling, but have a 45% drop rate. The next spot is ogres over in Duskwood, which have a slightly lower drop chance at 40%, but are easier to kill if you are leveling like me. I gathered from them for a while, then I headed over to the #1 spot in Duskwood, on the left side of Ravenhill Cemetery. There is grave robbers and skeletal horrors. They all drop wool cloth at a 45% drop rate and are easy to kill with a fast respawn rate. I gathered so much wool leveling up. Finally, I headed back to Stormwind to sell it all. I sold when prices were high. Now I'm close to 27 gold, and I'm only level 25. I bought loads of gear and farmed for a few more levels. I pulled so many mobs in circles, my head got dizzy. Sleep is an XP waste though, so it's time to head off on a new venture. To farm silk cloth, I first headed to Stranglethorn Vale to the Curzon's compound. It's good because all the mobs are melee, which means I can keep them at distance and farm using AoE. But after a while I realized they weren't dropping much cloth. Unfortunately, their drop chance is only around 40%. And the ones that keep healing are rather annoying. There's Ventureco goblins with a much higher 54% drop chance, but they are casters, so they are no good for AoE farming. The Bloodscalp trolls are in big packs. They are not bad for farming, but have range attacks and some hit really hard. It's not worth it for a 40% drop chance. So I changed location and headed to Arathi Highlands, which seems like the best zone for silk cloth. First off, the Boulder Fist Ogres have a high 50% drop rate for silk cloth and are plentiful around the caves. The only problem is they hit hard and are more tanky. I farmed them for a long time and got a lot of cloth. Then I moved on to the Syndicate humanoids, which are by far my favorite. The ones at the farm have around a 45% drop chance, slightly lower than the ogres. But what makes them good is you can pull loads at once. They respawn fast and are easy to kill. After farming them for a while, I headed northwest into Hillsbrad Foothills. Towards the Alterac Mountains, there is Syndicate Thafe camps that spawn in huge packs and are all melee, making them perfect for AoE farming, and they have a high drop chance at 50%. They are definitely one of the best spots for farming silk cloth. Wait! I found an even better cloth farm. It's by far the best. In Arathi Highlands, the Goshek farm is a silk farm. It's full of orcs you can do massive pulls and they are all melee. It has a 50% drop chance, but can get competitive on high population servers. So at least now I have many to choose from. I've been cloth farming for days. Once I hit level 39, I headed back to Stormwind to sell it all. I have 132 gold already, and that's after giving 12 gold to a friend and spending loads of gold on future gear. After I hit level 40, I finally bought a mount and headed off again. It's time to farm Mageweave cloth, but first, you need gold, so head to wisewowgoldfarms.com, the best classic-era gold farm database. Gain knowledge of every farm, save your favorites and add your own. Right now, your first month of gold membership is free. So I headed to Tanaris, which is the best place I found by far, and I'll explain why. First, I farmed the Waste Wander Bandits in large packs, which have about a 38% drop chance for Mageweave cloth. What really made this farm strong for me, though, was the Waste Wander water pouches. They're used for a repeatable leveling quest, so rich players constantly buy them to boost alts. They get used up fast and are rarely farmed, which is why they sell for a lot. I've sold stacks for over 15 gold, and they drop at roughly an 80% rate per kill. But the best spot I found for pure Mageweave cloth was on the right side of the map near the ocean. There's a pirate camp where I could pull over 10 enemies at once multiple times in a row. It's great experience for levels 40 to 50. The drop rate of cloth is the same as before, but the consistently huge pulls lead to way more hourly stacks. Plus, they drop map pieces that stack up over time for extra gold. Overall, these two farms made me a lot of gold. If you want Mageweave cloth specifically, this is easily the best spot to use in WoW Classic. The only downside is it can get crowded since it's a questing area, especially when other mages are farming. I'm finally high enough level to farm Runecloth. So, first I headed to Burning Steppies. This cave entrance has many ogres. They have a lot of health, but drop Runecloth at 40% drop rate. I killed these fat ogres for hours and leveled up a lot. They are definitely the best mobs in Burning Steppies for Runecloth drops. Then I headed to the humanoids, near the Pillar of Ashes. These orcs have an extremely high 60% drop rate, which is exquisite, but the problem is they aren't all melee and the casters just ruin the pulls as a mage, causing me to die too often. So I headed to Ashara. It takes a long time to travel to for Alliance, but it's well worth it. The fell humanoids drop Runecloth at a 45% drop rate, which is high, but the main reason they are so good is because they have a 5% drop chance for fell cloth, which is worth a lot of gold. I stayed and farmed here for hours. There is a few casters here, but you can just kill them first and pull the others as a group. This could quickly become one of my favorite gold farms, but they are low level, so for more experience I headed to Silithus. There is camps of Twilight humanoids that have 50% drop chance on Runecloth, but they also drop Twilight texts, which are worth a lot of gold in the auction house. I killed these until I finally hit level 60. Whoa! Give me a like! After selling all my fell cloth and Runecloth, I felt like the richest player in Azeroth. I bought a ton of gear, and now I'm ready for raids. I made 3,000 to 4,000 gold from level 1 to 60 cloth farming, but it wasn't worth my sanity. Like and subscribe. Do you want to get paid to play WoW? Visit wisewowgoldfarms.com for the best WoW Classic Era gold farms. You can view every gold farm in full detail, save your favorites, and even add your own farms.